All right, y'all. We are live with a very special guest today, Overflow Nexus in the house. We are going to be talking about trading Ichimoku. Let's hit up the likes, guys, because if we can get this stream up to 750 likes during the stream, I will be giving away over $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. It's going to be pretty crazy, guys. Stay tuned. We will be live momentarily. All right, y'all, if you can hear me right now, let me know in the chat. And also, Overflow Nexus, say something, man. Make sure people could hear you in the chat, brother.
What's up, guys? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? I hope y'all can hear me because we're going to have a fun day today.
If you guys can hear everything all right, let us know in the chat, guys. We'll be live in 1 minute. All right, y'all. Well, we are live with a very special guest today, Overflow Nexus. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing blessed this morning. I'm excited to share some Ichimoku knowledge. I just finished the stream and I'm doing it back to back, like Drake, back to back, baby. Let's go.
Nice, bro. Nice. I'm excited to have you on the stream today, man. And you are a trader and you trade a style called Ichimoku. This is something that I am intrigued by and interested in. And so what I want to do is I want to have you on the stream and kind of talk about your style of trading, man. And I want you to kind of walk through what you do and the basics of it, and maybe I could ask you some questions. You could help me out a little bit, man. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I would definitely answer any question and go through it and tell you how I use it, man. Because I believe that all traders should have some type of knowledge in Ichimoku, especially because it's a trending indicator first. Ichimoku is a Japanese term. It really stands for one glance equilibrium chart. So at one glance, you could tell if you want to trade or not.
Right.
So it does help you in that aspect. And it also tells you when to there's a range coming and also when to stay in and out of the market. So I do like it. I do think it's a very profitable, especially for long-term trades like swing trades. You can use it for scalping, but you have to be extremely careful when using it for scalping. It's mainly used for swing trading, but it does have a lot of secrets to it. It has its own theories as well, uh, and some of the theories are actually lost because there's actually this actually was created in like 1960, and the guy that created the Ichimoku system, he was a journalist, and he was charting and was getting into trading, and he wanted to make trading simpler for people. So even now, there's Ichimoku secrets that aren't even known even today. So Ichimoku's like
Interesting.
has hidden knowledge about it that's not even out yet, or that's not even found yet. So, and even if you do find it, it's translated in Japanese anyway, so it's gonna be interesting if anybody could find it and translate it. So if you're gonna learn Ichimoku, get somebody that's knows the ins and out of it, and also really like write down information that you find about because it's hard to get information on Ichimoku.
Yeah.
But going in on Ichimoku, Ichimoku's really used as a trend indicator. I really don't like to call it an indicator. I like to call it a system because indicator is, something that gives you information on the market. Cool, but Ichimoku's like literally a system. It has like 5 components, and I'll go ahead and break down like all the components.
Yeah.
Can everybody see the screen, right? Just making sure.
Yeah, we can see you right now. I cannot see your screen, man. But
Okay, so
just in
let me
case
go ahead.
anybody's new here and they have not heard of you before, bro, just introduce yourself a little. So, who are you? Where can people find you? How'd you get into trading? And how'd you get into trading Ichimoku especially, man? Because not many people trade this.
Oh man, so this is okay. I'm gonna give you the story. Okay, so
Yeah.
first of all, my real name, I go by Emeka Inabuaku, or my middle name Onyekechi Inabuaku. You can find me on Twitter at Overflow Nexus. You can find me on Instagram at Overflow Nexus. And you could, I've been doing trading for at least a good 5, 6 years now. How I got into trading, I used to be a personal trainer. I was doing MMA as well on the side as well. And so a guy came up to me, he says, I just made $50 off of my phone. I said, huh, that sounds pretty cool. So I said, okay, yeah, you gotta tell me about it. So he was talking to me about day trading and investing, and I went to like a network marketing company, those marketing companies. So I got into trading like that, and I said I need to learn more about trading. I didn't care about the recruiting. I just wanted to learn the skill. So when I got into trading, there was one style that stuck out to me because I'm into Japanese culture. I watch anime. I play video games, so it really stuck out to me. Say, okay, Ichimoku is something different. So when I looked at it, I said, "Wow, this is crazy. Why am I looking at this? Why am I looking at this indicator? This system here? Because this thing is crazy looking. I don't even know how to read it. I don't know where to start. So I started looking at stuff on the internet. I came across this woman named Kiana Danielle. She was a CNN trader, investor. She's been trading Ichimoku for a long time. So I was like, okay, let me look into her stuff. So I was liking her content. I was studying her content, and she didn't really teach Ichimoku. She just showed you like how she uses it. So she was just using it for technical analysis. She never really taught on it. So I said, well, I can't really, watch, her content, but I'll still watch it because, I'm just gonna be real. She's a gorgeous lady. So I said, wow, you know, I'm just being real. She's gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
She speaks multiple languages. She's a day trader, investor, and she's a brilliant person. And she's also into the crypto space. I remember seeing her do a video with BitBoy one time back in the past. So I do know she knows her stuff very well. So I watched her stuff. Then I came across another trader called Chaos Trader 63, and hands down, he's a top-notch Ichimoku trader. And I was learning from him, and I actually recently became one of his students,
Hmm.
and he was giving me some insight on how to use the secrets of Ichimoku because he was learning from a Japanese trader, and learning from Japanese traders, they since they use this system quite often, they know the ins and out of Ichimoku. But getting that knowledge from somebody that's very savvy in Ichimoku and learning from having 20 years experience with it, that opened my eyes to how to use the markets, trade Ichimoku with the markets. And a big thing, which I have a theory. This is just a theory, you guys, but since candles are actually Japanese, because the guy that created these candles that we see on the chart, they're actually Japanese. So it only made sense to learn Ichimoku as well. I said mix Japanese candles with Japanese style trading,
Right.
and then getting into Heikanashi candles, which is another story too. But Ichimoku is very diverse in how to use it. Some use it for breakouts, some use it for bouncing. And me personally, I like to find it for trends, and I like to find bounces. And I'll go over that here today. But
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna break it down simple for you.
I've
So if
I've
you
been
have any,
following you in your
yeah,
Discord, bro, and
yeah.
you've been making some calls, some real good
Mhm.
calls in there based on Ichimoku. And yeah, so break it down. I got your chart pulled up here, blue and purple. Like all the best traders in the world, I've also noticed they do use blue and purple candlesticks. You notice that?
Yeah, I have noticed that, man. I think there's a trend in blue and purple.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, we need to in the chat if you use blue and purple candles also give us some love like the stream guys. But yeah, man, let's break this down cuz honestly, I'm a total noob when it comes to Ichimoku. I know about the cloud, I know about the tenkan, I think it's called. Um, so how exactly if I'm completely new uh, to this, how do you
Uh-huh.
go about trading with this style? And you do
Okay.
have a course on this, correct?
Yes, I do have a course. I just actually dropped it recently. I just dropped it 2 days ago. So I do have a course on how to trade Ichimoku. And I want to say this, like if the first 10 people that get the course, I will make you a personal student. I'm just letting you know now. First 10 people that get the course, I'm making you a personal student. I'll put you in my student section on Discord. I do live trading sessions, and I also do signals as well. So definitely check out the course. I go into even more detail because I go over the three theories of Ichimoku, which is the wave theory, the time theory, and the observation theory, which is very big on making crazy profit in the market. And I'll touch on that a little bit,
Yeah.
but you'll really get a good dive in on the course in
Yeah,
detail.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man, because I'm interested. Maybe I'll be one of those 10, but it's crazy. You were telling me some stuff that like fib time and Elliott wave is actually all based on Ichimoku. It's crazy, man.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so
So
yeah,
yeah,
let's
go ahead,
dive
go
into
ahead.
this,
Go ahead.
bro.
All right, so when it comes to like where, okay, so when you look at Ichimoku, you're probably thinking, okay, where do I start? What am I looking at? First of all, it looks chaotic, and that's a good thing. If it looks chaotic, that simply means don't take a trade. That's the one of the first things that I learned when I was trading Ichimoku. If it looks crazy, and it doesn't make any sense, do not trade the market. But what you want to look at first when you're looking at the market, I always focus on 2 points. All right. I focus on the blue line, and I'll actually show y'all what I do. So let's take this off, just to just give you like an understanding. So I'll take off these, and I'll take off the red line. All right. So the first thing I look at is the blue line and the green line. So I see where those are located, and I see what it's saying. So if you see the blue line is flat, that's pretty much saying that the market is doing one or two things. Either the market's consolidating, or the market's going to be making like starting to create some divergence of some sort. And that's when you start to use like another indicator such as like a oscillator, or maybe even MACD, maybe even RSI, or whatever the case may be. But use another indicator that gives you some information or on some divergence
So
of
you're
some sort.
talking about this line right now that's just directly underneath the cloud. That
Yes, right here.
okay? I see. And what's that called?
Let's do the kijun, the
The
kijun sin.
the kijun.
So
Okay.
in Japanese it translates to baseline.
Gotcha.
So this is where you would want to use. This is like your secondary level of resistance or support, depending on what direction the market is.
Mhm.
So the red line will be your first level of resistance, and then your second line will be your second level of resistance will be the blue line here. And right now, since we're looking at it like this is where I'm seeing that market keeps rejecting at this blue level. You see it kept on bouncing in here. And another thing to take note on, when you see this blue line, notice how the market's ranging within this one candle. When you see that, we call this the mother stick candle. So we call this the mother candle. Like, so if we took Ichimoku off, you see that the market's ranging within inside one candle here. So you know your trading range. And this blue line is letting us know that we have a trading range. Until we break this range, we're not gonna have no big movement in the market. So you could trade on the smaller time frames to get more insight on Ichimoku. The next thing is the green line that I look at.
This is the daily
So
time
once
frame,
I
correct?
huh?
This is the daily, right, that we're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next line I will look at would be the chikou span, which is the green line right here. So let's say, let me take off the cloud for just a moment because I like to break it down piece by piece so people understand. So whenever you see this is underneath the candles, this is saying that we're in a bearish market. So from this point right here, it's saying we were in a bearish market from this point all the way down. So what's it saying? If you look at it like here, it goes 26 candles backwards. So if we went 26 candles forward from this period, and I think on TradingView they have it as 25, so they actually messed it up on TradingView. So right here is where we're looking at. From this point to this point is where we're looking at. All right, and then from this point, look how it follows the market. So right here, you could also use this green line as support and resistance. Every sharp angle that you see is considered support or resistance. Right there we have support, and then another level right here we have resistance. And you see how it flowed with the market
Hmm.
at each point. So it's very good for people that are visual learners because it helps you to identify support and resistance quicker, and it also helps you identify the market at a quick rate. Because it's like I said, it's called one glance equilibrium chart. At one glance, you could tell what the market is doing just by looking. And if we're looking at the daily time frame like we are, we could see that on the daily time frame, there's no real trading opportunities for us because the market's flat and we're ranging within one candle. So just based off the information that I'm seeing on Ichimoku, just these two lines alone, I'm seeing that the market's overall bearish, but it's flat, which is giving buyers a chance to get back into this market, just based off these two lines.
Right. So
So
now the chikou span, that's the green line, right?
yes, sir.
So when you're saying that when the candles drop below it, that's where it gets bearish?
Yes. So whenever you see this green line underneath price,
Okay.
we're we're considered bearish.
Gotcha.
And if we're above the candles, like here in this area, you see how we're bullish.
Yeah.
So off of like one glance, you could tell, oh, we're bullish or bearish. Now there are some things, like for instance, like at one point, like right here, we're considered bullish, but right when we get under through here, we're considered bearish. So you can't just rely on this only. You have to, that's why there's other components that confluence that goes with that. All right.
Right.
So now we're gonna add on like the cloud now. So let's go ahead and throw the cloud back on. So the cloud is an interesting thing. The cloud is made up of 2 points. The cloud is made up of span A and B, which can get confusing for people that. So I'll take these off, and I'll go ahead and take the candles off as well, so y'all could see this. So when you look at this, we obviously have a bullish cloud and a bearish cloud. So what happens? How this market or how the cloud works? It has like a twist. So on the top, when it's in a bullish market, you'll see the top is going to be A, span A. So this is A on top. And then B will always be here on bottom in a bullish market. All right. So what ends up happening when you get a twist A will be on bottom when the cloud twists, and then B will be on top when the cloud twists.
And literally, the way you can tell is by the color change, correct?
Correct. So one thing to really know here about these two, about span A and B, and let me also do this as well. Let me put the leading lines on. So when you see the twist happen and it goes from A to B and B to A, this happens quite often. It measures out the last 52 periods, all right? And when it measures out the last 52 periods, it's saying that it's averaging out the strength of the market. So right here, it's saying the last 52 candles, the market is starting to turn bearish. It's more in favor of the bears. But the thing is, the market's also flattening out because bears are losing some momentum here on the daily as well. So that's what this is telling us right now. The but this is what we need to understand as well. Then that's when it comes to reading the candles as well.
Mm-hmm.
We know that candles are underneath price, which is saying we're bearish. But you have to
Underneath the
realize,
cloud, you mean? The candles underneath the cloud, which means we're
yes,
bearish?
yes, sir.
And then, just a quick question, man. So, the flatness of B is
Yeah,
essentially telling you the strength of the market right there. So when B starts to flatten out, it's telling you that whatever direction the market's going is starting to lose steam.
yes, sir. Exactly it.
Gotcha.
And that's why I love it because when you see that, you're like, okay, I know that the market's flat. Like it follows really the blue line here. So the blue line and the and span B are pretty much similar. And when you see like Ichimoku's the clouds start to flatten out as well, that means you could take Ichimoku off if you want to and just trade the range just like this, like bear charts. So you have like different ways that you could use it. Another way to use Ichimoku that I prefer a lot is using the fractals. That's why I have fractals on here.
Mm-hmm.
So one
So,
example,
so
let me use.
before we get into
Yeah,
that, man,
go ahead.
just explain what exactly are fractals, and how do you use them? Because I've seen them on your charts, and I've seen other people use them, but I honestly don't really know what they are or how they would even help me. So, what even are these things, and how do you find them in TradingView? Like, you just search for fractals?
Okay, so fractals. So fractals are actually market structure. All right. So when you draw on a fractal, and this is since I'll use this daily time frame here. So for instance, we'll use this one because this is a good fractal. So what you could do to use a fractal, since this is a bullish fractal is it's like when the market breaks a bullish fractal, the market continues going bullish. If a market breaks a bearish fractal, the market continues to be bearish. So
Hmm.
we'll actually start from the very bottom. Fractals actually tell you the beginning and the end of a trend. So the beginning of this upward trend from this point was this fractal, or actually this fractal. We broke this bull fractal and the market went higher.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me go ahead and circle that for you guys because this fractals can get a little complicated, but they're actually very simple. So right here was the start of the bull trend. So if you remember this one rule, market trends begin with fractals and end with fractals at all points. So the market came up to this point, made a fractal. All right. And so this is where the market came up, held as resistance, and it broke this bearish fractal, and I'll make this a red bubble to show you that's a bearish fractal right there. And once it made a red fractal, bearish fractal, look how price broke it. So really, you could trade the bearish breakout of the
Right.
fractal.
And
So
so it
boom,
doesn't it doesn't become a bearish fractal until price loses that level, right?
every
Well, it's still a bearish fractal, I guess, but it doesn't confirm a trend reversal until price breaks it, right? Loses it.
correct, correct. And notice here, and this is one thing that I always like to tell my students as well. If the market breaks a fractal, don't jump in too soon because what usually likes to happen, the market likes to come back and retest the fractal. See how it broke here,
Mm-hmm.
came back to retest. Always get in on the retest. And you could also consider this a retest as well. But right here was the real retest where the market came, and then you had this strong bearish engulfing candle, and you could have taken your profit here as this support area that the market made this bearish fractal zone here. So it could be very interesting how it's very interesting how fractals work. One thing that I always say that market always likes to come back to fractals to make sure it tests, just to make sure that it's a strong area of support or resistance. Once it makes that strong area, then the market's going to move in that direction. You see here, it couldn't break this bearish fractal. Notice how buyers were always here at this level. So this was a strong level of support. We moved back up to this high fractal, and notice that the market couldn't hold here as, it couldn't break this fractal high here, and then market dip lower. And if we looked at it, I'm pretty sure we had some divergence going on or on a lower time frame, and then the market just came down and broke even lower here. But this is how I use fractals. One of the biggest things that I use with fractals, and I'll use this part as an example, right here, this whole area is considered a fractal zone. Even if it's not touching the fractal, if it's above it, this is considered a fractal zone right here. From the wick to the body, or body wick, however you want to say it. As long as it's above here, we're considered a zone. And boom, you see the market had a bounce here.
So then,
So
the
go ahead.
last bullish fractals, once you break a bullish fractal, then you will take from the wick to the candle body beginning and draw out that's going to be your major support zone then right there.
Yes, sir. So right here is our support zone right there. So if market comes back to here, you look for like some price action
Yeah.
or reversal at that point.
And then
Uh,
up at the top around I guess I can't really read the prices on here, but this top red line you got right there, right?
okay, right here or here?
Above, yeah, the higher one. Could you
Okay,
do
here.
the same thing and draw a box from the top of the fractal down to the candle bodies right there and have another zone in that area?
Of course, yeah, right. It will look like this right here.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Just
And you
trying to make
see,
sure I understand here.
oh yeah, and you see how the market rejected here?
Mm-hmm.
So these are good levels of supported resistance as well. And then look how the market's ranging between this zone and this zone.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another way to get a jump on the market. You know, these fractals are truly helpful. And if you could read fractals, you could like literally trade the market 24/7 if you really learn these fractals. Even on the smaller time frames, fractals are true. Like for instance, let's say if we go to like the 15-minute time frame,
Mm-hmm.
fractals still say the same thing. Like right here, we have a fractal zone. Notice how the market held at this fractal zone, rejected, and boom, market went up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're
fractals,
pumping right now, man. We are absolutely
oh yeah,
pumping.
oh yeah. Yeah, even right now the market's trying to hold here and move up higher. So right now it's gonna be that's why when I see like certain things in the market, I say, oh, the market's not ready to go bullish yet, and the market's not ready to go bearish yet. Because these fractals are just market structure showing you where the market is, what the market is telling you at that point. So now let's take it a little deeper now. Let's combine it with Ichimoku since that's what we're here for. So we know that this part we had a fractal level here. We came up. So here's how we could add an extra layer of level of support and resistance. All right. So the main levels of support and resistance for Ichimoku trade is going to be your kumo, which is your cloud. You have your tenkan and kijun, which is your red and blue line. And then your next level of support and resistance is going to be fractals. So you could trade Ichimoku fractal bounces as well. Just like we had one here. Market broke this fractal. If I extend this out a little bit, broke this fractal, came back up, came back down, tested it, bullish engulfing candle. You should be in the trade right here with the stop loss down here, and you made some profit. And you could also get a bounce off the cloud as well. So areas that I like to look at, these are just like basic Ichimoku strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bounce. Market came to the cloud, bounce to the upside. So you could look for price action trades here, move to the upside. You could get a bounce off the tenkan. If let me go ahead and put tenkan back on
Yeah, I was
here.
about to say I don't see it there. So.
So tenkan here. So this was a strong trade right here to take. And I think let me just tell you why. So with Ichimoku, if you have a cloud support, which we had a cloud support, we had a Tinkinson support here as well, and then it turned into a fractal eventually. This was a strong level of support. You had two layers of support here. So this gave you confluence. Once you had the breakout of the Tinkinson right here, you could have taken your trade here, been in profit. And this is just trading just pure Ichimoku without any other indicators. Like some Ichimoku don't even use any other indicator. They just use purely Ichimoku because it gives you the analysis just based on the time frame. Like I don't usually do too much multiple time frame analysis. I just do analysis mainly on that chart that I'm using and go from there. And from this point, it's saying buy, and you had that buy. You had a Tinkerson breakout with a Tinkerson bounce, so you had two confirmations there alone just with Ichimoku. Now let's say we use like indicators like this one. This one's telling you that there's buyers coming into the market at this point.
Yeah, can you explain this a little bit, bro? Like, what indicator is that right there? That's CVD, correct? That's delta.
Yes. Yeah, so this is supposed to be called the CVD. I don't know why TradingView called it the CVO, but it works the same as the the delta.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I was saying, well, it works the same. So buyers, it showed buyers were coming into the market, and I use this for mainly trading divergence and to see if buyers and sellers are entering or leaving the market.
Mm-hmm.
And right here was saying that sellers between this point, really, in this point, these two lines here saying sellers were leaving the market and buyers come in, and then you see the buyers start to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So, this gave you more confluence with that Tinkerson bounce and break right there to take that trade.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm not gonna go too much into this because this one is very intricate. This was actually made in Japan, and not a lot of information is known about this. There's actually very little information on this. I do have this in my course. Uh,
How
there
can
was a
people get your
Japanese.
course, by the way? How can we get your course?
Okay, so I have a link for my course. You could also join the Discord. I'm going to post the course in my Discord. I'll definitely send it to you as well if you want to, share it as well.
Yeah, do you have a link right now? Maybe you could send it to me in Discord, and I could post it in the chat because I'm actually curious about it too.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Let me see. I sent it to somebody. Let me go ahead and send it to you. I'll send it to you in the Discord chat if you don't mind, if that's all right
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
send it to me in Discord chat. That's best actually.
Because I do think, man, this like I'll give you an example. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna look at this chart. I'm gonna look at this indicator by itself, and I'm gonna trade this indicator without looking at the chart because this is a powerful trading tool that I think that will change the game in trading. And I don't know why there's not a lot of information about it, but seeing the reason why there's not a lot of information about it makes sense. A lot of Japanese traders keep a lot of things secret, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense why. So let me go ahead and send it to you. I'm about to send it right now. All right, I just sent it to you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
I'm gonna post this now in the YouTube chat. People are freaking out right now because Bitcoin is pumping, and it is pumping.
Got you.
All right.
I'm gonna pick a random spot on this chart. Random spot. All right. And I'm gonna just say if we're bullish or bearish. Okay. So right here, this indicator is telling us we're bullish. All right. And I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna enter my trades at here. So we got a signal there, right here, and I'm gonna do like four spots, and we're gonna see if we win all four trades or if we lose one or two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is just simply trading just purely this indicator
Mm-hmm.
and not looking at the charts. This is blind trading. I don't recommend doing this, but we're gonna look at all these spots. So I picked 5 spots where I would take a trade at, and we're gonna see how we did here. Okay. So let's go ahead.
Are these
Where's
long
my-
trades or short trades?
For a long trade.
Okay.
So if we took a long trade at all these green lines, so if we took a trade here, let's see how we did. If we took a long trade here, we made profit. If we took a long trade here, we made profit. If we took a long trade here, we made some profit. If we took a long trade here, we made a lot of profit. So all 5 trades,
All 6 too. The next one you got there too is also good. Whoa.
and we didn't even look at the chart. So this is something I do have in my course as well, and it's something that once you get this down, because I said this is it's gonna be a long, like this will be like we'll be here for like another few hours if I was teaching on just this
Right, right,
indicator
right.
alone. But notice here how we won every single trade here. Now, will you win every single trade trading like that? No, because there's some times where if you trade blindly like this, it'll mess your trade up. But I traded with certain rules. I traded looking at the chart as well, making sure it's making sense with my confluence and my confirmations on the market. Once I get those confirmations, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make that trade. It makes sense. Boom, let's go. All right. But yeah, you see how simple that was. We didn't even look at the chart. We just simply used this and made some trades. Do I recommend trading like that? No, but just showing you how powerful it is trading it like it is, it's a good indicator. All
Yeah,
right.
that's really cool, man. Hey, I gotta check something upstairs, man. But you keep telling people about this, and I'm gonna go ahead and be right back, bro. Hang on one second, but you keep talking, all right?
All right, brother, I got you. So looking at this, you guys, and this is a pretty good, like I said, this is a overall like a indicator or system that you could use pretty much with any type of style of trading. Swing trader, you could do it. Scalping, you could do it. I prefer using it on like the daily time frame and the weekly time frame because it does give you a lot more confluence on the bigger time frames. So, for example, we'll look at Bitcoin because he said everybody's talking about Bitcoin. I did give a live stream earlier on what my analysis was, and this is what I was looking at on Bitcoin. Okay, we actually just touched our first target here from the live stream. So about in here is where we were looking for the trade, and I said the market for Bitcoin's got to go up. So we're already hitting some targets already, or about to hit our first target. But using this was I was saying this was like the in-wave structure on Ichimoku, like the wave theory. So this will be the in-wave structure that I'm looking at right here. And since we already broke this fractal level, and let me take Ichimoku off so y'all can see it cleaner. But right in here, we broke this fractal level. Since we broke a bullish fractal, we're thinking bullish trades. All right. And since on Ichimoku, we also had a Kumo bounce off the support here. Markets are now moving up higher. So this is the trade that I saw on earlier's live stream. I do think the market is going to go higher for Bitcoin. Now, using the daily chart in confluence with this, we do have some resistance right off the back right here. And that's what I'm concerned about right at this point, is that resistance, which is the kijun right here. So once you see that we have, like, kijun like, resistance, 2 things are going to my mind. Either we break this area and go higher, or we get a bounce off this and start moving to the downside. And we have look how juicy and thick this cloud is. And I know, Jason likes to say uneven butt cheeks.
Oh yeah, man.
But look here, we got uneven butt cheeks on the cloud too. So whenever you see it's juicy like this might show you that it might be a potential reversal happening.
Bro, this pump is so insane right now, man.
Yeah,
I'm in a
it is.
79x leverage long right now from 48K. It's up like 316%.
Wow.
And I'm also
That's
in a
what's up.
long from 45.5.
Wow, you were in down somewhere in here. Wow.
I longed the
That's what's
bottom,
up.
bro. Not to brag, but pretty much long the
Dude,
exact low.
that's beautiful. There was divergence here too.
That's how we got in, man. The uneven butt cheeks, bro. That's it right there.
Yeah, that's the best way, man. Like once you start mixing divergence in this, oh man. And you know what? Just saying that, let me show you. I think Let me see. This you could trade certain levels with Ichimoku with divergence as well. Let me see if I could find an example. I know we had one on XRP. I'm trying
Wait,
to
could you go
remember the
back? Could you
time
go back
frame.
real quick to that lower time frame you were on?
On Bitcoin?
Yeah, yeah, on the corn. That cloud right there. Um,
Yeah, right there. It's
yeah.
it's it, it's
So
giving us some momentum.
we bounced off the cloud, right?
Yeah, right here too.
At about what price was that we bounced off?
This was 48,163.
48 163. I'm just curious to see because I took a long from. That's so interesting, bro. So that cloud, because I'm big into fibs, right?
Right.
And so 48 163 is about the 382 fib retracement tool, which is where I took my long from.
Oh,
So
oh, you want to know something?
yeah,
This the biggest one of the biggest Ichimoku secrets is Ichimoku has actually built-in Fibonacci.
really.
Yeah, let me show you real quick. I don't go into it too much because I honestly don't use fibs because of it. But this flat level is like the 50% level. Let me show you, or close to the 50% level. So we were using retracements right here. See that?
Yeah. Oh, look at
This is
that.
the
Yep, there you go, the 382, man.
Yeah. Ichimoku has that built-in fibs, man. I said, I don't need it. So
Wow.
yeah, you can look for a trade right there. That the cloud is built-in Fibonacci.
Very cool, man. I'm huge into Fibonacci. In fact, I named my son Fibonacci.
The Fibonacci.
Little Fib Casper. He's a nice young lad. He's got some uneven butt cheeks, but other than that, he's doing great.
I feel you, man. That's what's up. But yeah, you see, yeah, just built-in Fibonacci. You take the bounce off the cloud, and on trading Ichimoku, you see how it's flat here.
Mm-hmm.
This cloud is flat right there. You could put like a line there, and that's your level of support.
Interesting, man.
Every area that's flat is a considered an area of support or resistance.
So is that
Yeah.
is that 618 up there? Is that a fib extension you got on there at
Yes,
15.6
yes,
that we're
right
rejecting
here.
off
These are
right
my
now?
yes, sir. Fib extensions right here.
That's so interesting, man. I just want to pull up my chart for a second to see because you know I this is very intriguing to me because I also have an area of resistance that we're coming into right now. I have a box marked out in my chart,
Mm.
and I didn't even know it was really a fib level. I've got some other confluences here. I've got a daily level. I've got a high volume node coming up in here, but it's just so interesting how there's a lot of confluence between these what
Hmm.
I'm doing and what you got going on here. Sorry to
Oh
cut
yeah.
you off, bro.
No, no, you're good, man. Like you gotta say what you gotta say. I'm gonna listen.
That's it. You can't see my screen, so that's a bummer. But
Right.
yeah.
But I want to say this because this is also in the course as well. The wave theory. This is what the N wave structure I was talking about. So you have level A down here at this fractal to this fractal high, which is B, and then from C, C point is where you want to trade. Never trade at B. That's the rule. Never trade at B unless you want to lose money. Because if you took a long here, you would have lost and probably got liquidated.
What about a short?
If you want it for a short, that would have been fine. As long as you know what you're looking for. You never trade at B level because B level was this fractal resistance here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, that's not a good move. So I'll wait for a pullback of some sort and get in on C. And boom, support, bam, confluence, bam. We're already about to hit our first target. And this was, like I said, this was the analysis I did in today's live stream. I said, yeah, we're coming up. So if we manage to get to the 1-to-1 ratio, I'll be, pretty psyched out. But what I'm concerned about is the daily time frame. We're already at this uh kijun resistance, which is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Now we could push higher, but if we do, we might turn it. We might wick out and start moving down. So I am going to be watching this level because this cloud is very thick, and to get through something this thick, man, you got to have, you have to be strong to push through this. So Not saying that it can't happen because you see here it pushed through this thick bullish cloud, but here it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this market. And the other thing that I'm not convinced quite yet with this market is we don't have a golden cross yet. So
Of
I'm waiting for that.
the tenkan and the.
Yeah, Tinkin and Kijun.
Okay.
So one of the biggest rules that I keep with trading Ichimoku is always trade the direction of the crossover.
Mm.
So for instance, I teach this because this is also Ichimoku basic. You don't get out of the market until the next crossover. So for example, let me take the clouds off so you can see this clear. So we had our death cross here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make this red. So we had our death cross here, and the market, stayed relatively bearish even until now. We don't even have a golden cross.
Mm-hmm.
So the rule for Ichimoku, if you're just trading just pure Ichimoku, you don't get out of the market until you get your next crossover. So for instance, like say if we were trading back here, we had our golden cross right here. So I'll make this green. So this will be green. Make it lime. So we had our golden cross here. You don't get out of this trade until up here. This is what Ichimoku's telling you. This is on the daily time frame. And you could use this same strategy on like the lower time frame. Like Ichimoku's basic. This is Ichimoku basics. This is not even the advanced Ichimoku, which will drive people insane, but this is just basic Ichimoku trading. So you get in here, trade it, hold it until you get your next crossover, and then you're good. Now, you can use other means to get out of the market, like if the market breaks, like the kijun or the tinkinson, you could exit the market here. So like you could exit the market up here if you wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
because it broke the tinkinson. It never broke the kijun until way over here. So you should have really start thinking take profit at least here before the crossover happened.
Now, when you swing trade, you take profit along the way up. That's.
Yes, sometimes I don't honestly because I see where the market's going.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, like I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but let's say if I was using the wave analysis. So from this point to this point, actually no, that's too far. From this point to this point, I wouldn't look at getting out of my trade until we hit my 1-to-1. So yeah, it hit pretty quickly here. But I won't. If the market extends further, I'll probably look to take profit up here, and I'll just move my stop loss, a set of trailing stop behind my, set a trailing stop loss in profit.
Mm-hmm.
So if the market does reverse on me, it'll knock me out with profit. So I'll do that as well. But sometimes I'll take profit. It depends on the market.
Right.
Yeah, it depends on the market. I'll say it depends on the market. But yeah, this is just Ichimoku basics right here. Nothing too crazy or complicated. It may seem crazy and complicated, but the first thing, I'm just looking at just what are we above the cloud or are we below the cloud? That's the first thing, and then I'll look at the red line, the blue line, and the green line. But mainly I focus on the blue line and the green line because that gives you more information.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's simply it, man. Because this Ichimoku's it looks crazy, but you know, it gives you a lot of insight in the market once you are able to read it.
Yeah, I've seen you take some really good trades doing this, and I went through a phase of learning Ichimoku a little bit, but I've never really seen somebody was able to who's able to. What's interesting? My bot just took a short here, but
Mm.
anyway, I've never seen somebody who's able to use it as accurately as you on lower time frames. I've seen people use it on very large time frames, like even the weekly time frame, just to get into like the trend.
Right.
So this is definitely something I want to get more into. So your course is brand new, and you just released it. How many so far? You said the first 10 people who get this course, you're gonna bring them into like your private student channel and all that. How much is the
Yeah.
course, by the way?
So the course is 175. I just want to.
That's
I know it sounds
dirt
cheap,
cheap,
but
bro.
man, you're gonna get a lot of information. I promise. Like you're gonna hear things that you probably never even heard of in trading,
Man,
and
I'm
that
gonna
and
get me
like
one right now.
Oh
Do
yeah,
you
and I've
take
been
Bitcoin?
learning. Do I trade Bitcoin?
No, no. Can you buy the course with Bitcoin?
Oh, that's fine. Like right now, I don't think on the course itself you could do it because it's not set up like that.
Gotcha.
They only gave me two payment options, which was PayPal or some other thing, and I said, okay, I guess PayPal it is. But I want to, I'd rather get paid in crypto, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Either way, it's a blessing. But I definitely want this course to be something that, was affordable because I do think during these times, since there's hard times ahead, especially with, people losing their jobs because of they're not, I'm not trying to, go off into that, but, you know, political reasons, people are losing their jobs for certain things. Uh, and I'd rather have people have a chance during these times so they could make financial gains, whether that be in day trading or just simply learning how to read the chart to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I do want to do there. And man, Bitcoin is moving.
Yeah, this is literally insane, bro. Like
Target one smashed.
I can't believe this. I can't believe these long positions that I'm in right now, man. Um,
Already had 4% gain right there. Target two will take us to 52K. Yeah, 52K right there, and that'll give us 7%. Hitting
yeah,
these higher, like the last target, if it breaks the last target, then we're back in the bull market.
you
So
think
if it
so?
makes, yeah, yeah. Oh no, I know so.
Wow, man,
If
that's a bold
yeah,
statement, bro.
no, no, it is a bold statement. Yeah, it is a bold. But the reason why I say that because I guess I say that because I'm just confident in the system. When I start seeing key things, like if you break this 2-to-2 ratio,
Mm-hmm.
that means you're in a very strong bull market or a bear market. The reason why is it's very extended, and this is usually that Ichimoku level that most traders in Ichimoku take most of their profit, if not all their profit, right there for sure. Because if market gets here, you don't want to risk it. But if we go higher than that, though, this is going to be an extended strong market. I think I have an example on Ethereum. Let me see. I think is it the daily chart? Um, I probably not. I don't remember, but if we were to look at it like this, since it's the weekly time frame, let's say if we did this from here, from this point to this point. So you see here, it gave us all of our targets.
Yeah, right up to the 2618.
Yeah, and you see right here, as soon as they hit that two level, it rejected and markets start declining.
Oh, that's the two. I thought that was the 2618. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so once they got there, market rejected immediately. Well, not even, well, pretty much immediately. Yeah, as soon as we got there, rejected.
Mm.
So if we break a two level, like let's say let's go back to Bitcoin. If we do break that two level, I'm pretty confident to say the market's going to go further if it manages to do so, and that'll be at 55K 983. So yeah, I'll say that. I know it's a bold statement, but hey, I'm gonna just say I'm confident in the system and seeing how buyers are coming into the market. This is starting to tell us to buy. It told us that it gave us a buy signal
Oof.
actually it gave us a buy signal probably actually it's giving us a buy signal right now actually.
Yeah, I have to say things are looking pretty dang bullish. Like on the weekly, on these higher time frames. Um,
Yeah.
the only thing is, potentially right now we do have the potential to put in some bearish divergences here.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
seeing that. I'm seeing that right here.
if we don't, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because we have to get a pretty. If we move up too fast, I think we could get a move back down. But yeah, right now, man, I was hoping we were gonna come back down lower this morning. I was looking to take a long, like from around 48. I was hoping we could come down to 48, but that's
Mm.
okay because I'm already long. But I was hoping to kind of build up some more. But
Hey, hey, you can make the profit where you can. um,
yeah, man.
what was I? I
I'm
was gonna say
actually.
this. So,
This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm actually. I actually am in some trades now here as well.
got you. I want to show you one thing real quick, which is interesting. So I'm gonna type kijun
This is wild.
resistance. So pay attention to this level. So this whole area, let me take the cloud off real quick. And I want to say this, take this off as well. So you see how we're flat here? And this is the daily chart. Because we already know Kijun is the last level of support right here for now until it hits the cloud. But we have support here. Oh no, I said support, resistance here. So when you trade Ichimoku, what you could do, put like a line on a flat Kijun level like this. So I'll put a line here. So
Mm-hmm.
when we go to like the 4 hour time frame, if you want to do multiple time frame analysis, look, we have our Kijun resistance right here. And it's showing that we have bearish divergence at this Kijun resistance. So right here, if you're gonna trade just, let's say we take this off for now and take that off. Because we have a lot of different readings here. What could happen here is the market could range and move sideways before a drop off, or it could range sideways before it moves back to the upside just to catch some momentum. So this area is going to be very key to what's happening for Bitcoin prices right now. So honestly, I want to buy like here, but I have rules for not buying past that broken structure. I always want to trade at C structure. So if I trade here, I'll be breaking rules. But if I trade the RCI, then I should be fine.
When you
And
say
then you
breaking
also have
rules, you mean you don't want to buy high, right?
right, right.
You wanna take the advice of your grandfather who told you when you told him you were gonna start trading. He was like, you know what, son? I'll tell you how to invest. You gotta buy low and sell high. That's what my grandfather told me. He's like, you take all
Exactly.
that technical analysis, you throw that out the window, son. But I'm telling you, just buy low and sell high. It's that easy. He told me. But gets a little
I feel you.
difficult, man. It gets a little difficult because we want to buy high and sell low.
Mhm.
Man, I'm in a short right now from 50 point something, and
Right.
got some weird stuff going on here, bro.
Right. Another rule of mine is don't enter the trade until the candle closes.
Hmm.
So the ticker is saying we have an hour and 35 minutes for this candle to close. So I would have entered this trade even if it was like on a strong run. I would have just jumped in, even though it looks juicy right now. But a lot could happen within an hour and 35 minutes. So I said, oh man, this looks strong here, but and if I do take the trade, I'm gonna use very, very good risk management. Very small risk for big reward.
Yeah,
you know.
that's the way to
So
do it. I have this bot that me and some people are working on, man, and I told you about it, but
yeah.
we're working on the kinks, and it's gonna trade your plans automatically for you. It's gonna trade your plans automatically for you, which is kind of nice. I guess maybe another stream we could talk about that, bro.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Would
Yeah,
definitely like to hear about that more.
I would love to incorporate some Ichimoku into it.
Bruh, you do that, man. We're gonna make a unstoppable bot.
Yeah,
the This bot will be the most insane thing ever.
yeah,
And that's just trading, just basic. This is just basic Ichimoku too. And once you get into, these two indicators, man, you're gonna be like, whoa, unstoppable. But
yeah.
you can trade divergence with Ichimoku at like Kijun Sen, Tinkin Sen. That's usually where you want to trade it anyway. But those are a little more advanced tactics.
And then the
But
course that you got literally it goes over like everything, right?
yeah, it goes over that. It starts off with supportive resistance, how to understand reading basic Ichimoku, and then it goes into each lines by itself individually, and then as using it all in confluence with one another. The other thing, I do have like supply and demand zones,
Hmm.
which is basically in the support and resistance, and then also trend lines. Uh, and then the wave theory, the time theory, observation theory, and then other stuff as well that I haven't touched on in here. But yeah, it's this course will definitely is definitely going to be a game changer. I'm definitely seeing people having testimonies very soon with it. Always say to always tell people back test everything. Always look at the charts, back test the theory
Right.
before you play in it. And I gave like written out instructions on how to trade each strategy. So if you follow each written out instruction, you should be profitable if you have good risk management and are not over leveraging your account.
How many hours is the course? Like, if I were to go through it right now, how many hours do you think it would take me to get through it?
Let's see. I would say it's definitely more than 100 hours.
Hmm.
There's 14 things in there, but there's 8 courses in there that are really jam packed. So I'm gonna say at least over. Man, it's hard to say off the top of my head. It
Hmm.
really is. So, but I'll say at least more than 100 hours. I'll say that
That's
just to play,
of
just play it
content.
safe. Yeah, of content.
That's amazing, bro. That must have
Yeah.
taken you a long time. You're undercharging, man.
Man, I've been actually working on the course for like 2 months
R-
because I said, yeah, I said, and also I had other stuff that I was doing as well, so I was getting distracted from being like consistent on the course. But I said, once I'm able to sit down and really focus on it, I'm gonna finish it. And I said, I want to finish it before the New Year's and before Christmas starts. So
Yeah.
I say, yeah, boom. So bam, course gone, course is out. And yeah, price is moving hard right now. We're still in this kijun resistance zone, but
Boom, man.
price is having its way right now.
This is absolutely insane. This pump, man.
It is. Kijun's angling
Wow.
up too. That's showing some momentum there.
Look at this, bro.
Man,
This is crazy.
that's some serious momentum. So I'm gonna say this. When you make your first 10K with Ichimoku, let me know, bro.
I'll let you know, man. I'm gonna try and I'm really gonna try and apply some of this stuff into my trading strategies because I like it. I like it. This is so wild right now. I'm sorry, but this so distracted with all this going on here.
You're
But
good, man.
this is crazy, man. I took a
We could
short
even take a look.
and I had to be very fast with it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like even here on the 5 minute time frame, it looks solid. Like you could go down to the 5 minute trade it the same way. You see, you got that bounce off the cloud,
Hmm.
bounce off the kijun, break here, and trade it like that. Like Ichimoku's so over OP, it's ridiculous. Like you could catch the trades very quick on the 5 minute, but the 5 minutes, honestly, it's choppy, so you have to be careful in entering the market. If you're gonna trade the 5 minute, I would look for like divergences and stuff.
Yeah, I
Just
mean
my thoughts on it.
that makes sense, bro. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm seeing. Wow,
This
you
is
also had
wow.
some hidden bullish divergence. I think that's hidden. No, actually, no, that's bearish divergence right there on the 5 minute. Actually, no, never mind. That's not divergence at all. I thought that was lower. Just looking at no, that's not lower. So never mind. This was still saying that the bulls were still strong. You had a small pullback, and then bulls came back in the market again here. But yeah, you could definitely use this on the 5 minute. You just gotta know what you're looking for.
Yeah, man. Interesting system. This pump, bro. This pump is so
Woo!
crazy, man.
Man, we just shattered through that. Oh my God. Oh, bro, this is gonna be a strong move. The reason why I know is because of this right here.
The cross.
No. Look how tight they are. Think
Mm,
of them like these two act like uh the Joker and Harley Quinn.
mm-hmm.
So you see how they're really close here? When you see that they're really close like that, that's a strong trending market.
Hmm.
Now notice here, let me take price off real quick. Notice here when they start to drift apart, that's when the market starts to, oops, I took that off. Notice the market starts to move sideways, or it doesn't move as hard versus when they're together. So when you see this in Ichimoku, that's a strong signal. We actually should have been in on this candle with that signal, honestly, but that's fine. It can't catch them all. Could have
No,
caught
man, I had
multiple.
no idea when I longed that 382 that it was gonna be such a crazy move, you know.
Hmm.
But hey,
Hey, you earned it, man. It's a good spot. It's a good spot.
I was hoping we'd come a little bit lower, man.
Let me
That's how it
see.
always works, right?
Say again.
I said I was hoping that we would come a little bit lower.
Yeah, we always wanted to come lower, and then all of a sudden, boom, that big
We're
move
we're really
happened.
we're really about to I mean we're breaking some bearish market structure here. You know, it's just so interesting. I wonder what's going to happen because we have that high at 5774.5.
Right.
And, you know, we could really get a hard rejection from the high of this range here if it looks like we're starting to get some bearish divergence on the 1 hour. You know, the chickens could drink water from up here. You know, which is a different way to say we could get a swing failure pattern.
Right. Man, this is interesting, man. Like this is really interesting. Like we still have a whole hour and 26 minutes for this 4 hour candle to close, and it's still moving strong.
Yeah.
And
How long
hour,
before it closes? An hour?
hour 26 minutes. Goodness,
That is one massive 4 hour candle, bro. That is one massive 4 hour candle.
that is. Oh man, I'm really. Oh man, that's just. Ooh. And RCR is giving us a signal too. That's why I said, man, to break the rules or not. And if I do break my rules, I'm gonna have a really small position because I don't want to get destroyed here.
Yeah, man.
What if it turns into like a wick? I would be like, whoa, that's like the best bull trap I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what's
So yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
so I'm gonna I'm got the chat open here. Um, people are freaking out. So how do you buy the course, guys? I'm gonna um I'm gonna pop it in the chat here right now. Whoa, crap. Here we go. This is how you're gonna get his course right here, and it,
Man, that pump is insane. What's up, chat? So yeah, if the chat has any questions, yeah, let them definitely ask some questions. I will definitely
yeah.
answer.
If
Or
you guys got
let's
any
see how.
questions, ask it up in the chat. And this is absolutely insane, man. This is 100% insane. So
It,
the
it
only
is,
thing that
man.
I could like, I was not
Man,
expecting this. I was
I
not
wasn't
expecting
either.
this, bro. But you know, we could get a rejection from here. Like, we could get a rejection from this area, and if not, then I'm looking at 52 to 53K for my next major area of resistance. And man, this is just so crazy, bro. Because like, you know, yesterday I had these three zones of support. I had three boxes of support, and I was hoping we'd come down to that second box, but man, that 382 fib level was just so perfect. It's so interesting to see how your cloud was also a 382 fib level, bro.
Oh, here, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you. once you understand Fibonacci's with Ichimoku, I don't know if I won't say you will completely abandon Fibonacci. I'll say that you might not use Fibonacci as much if you understand like the levels. You also might use it just to confirm that's that level for sure. But like for me, I completely stopped using Fibonacci just because I found out that it was Fibonacci levels. I'm like, wow, my brain said, "Pfft." I'm like, man, I just learned something like incredible here.
Yeah. So, Pip Gal wants to know. Um, whoa, I lost her now. Where is she? Oh yeah, she's curious on how you identify the fractals. She doesn't see them on TradingView in the Ichimoku indicator. So, is that a separate indicator you're using there, correct?
Yes, it's a separate indicator.
That's cool, man.
Um, these fractals, what I'm gonna do, because these are customized fractals. The fractals that they used on TradingView, I don't like it because they're too big.
Hmm.
So this one is actually a customized script. So I could actually give the code for this one. If you want to use it, actually not that one. So what you would do, if you want to use these, you go to, let me go to source real quick. I'll give you the code for this one,
Hmm.
and you plug it in your Pine editor and put add the chart and save it. Yeah, these fractals are different than the fractals on TradingView. Just slightly different. I just don't like like big giant triangles on my screen. I'm like, what is that doing there for?
Yeah.
But but yeah, these are custom, and you could also change the colors of them too.
But you could get the big goofy ones that are stock in TradingView. They still do the
Oh
same
yeah,
thing, right?
oh yeah. They work the exact same way. Exactly, work the exact same way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then so
Let me see. Yeah, this market's looking delicious right now. I cannot wait to see what happens today. The next few hours is gonna be actually the next few hours is gonna be interesting. And the next day is gonna be interesting as well. If Yogi Bears come in with some vengeance, you guys, ooh, it's not gonna be pretty.
yeah,
uh,
Rabbi Eduardo says what's going on.
what's up, Rabbi? How we
Um,
doing?
let's see. Morgan Jenkins wants to know if this Bitcoin pump is real. It is absolutely. Luna Sniper just purchased your course. Um,
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
people shorts are going bad right now. Um, cool. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions in here.
I want to show a theory that I came up with on, I think it was the weekly chart. Yeah, here it is. So I was saying this on the live stream this morning. It actually looks like it's going to happen. Because we do have some bullish divergence here, but the thing that I'm seeing, we're still stuck inside this gigantic triangle. In Japanese trading, it's called a P wave. But what's concerning, like for this, is like this is coming up. So I do think that this is XRP for sure, but I think the market may try to push up to 114, 115,
Mm-hmm.
which Bitcoin might come up to like 56K or higher, and then we'll probably see the market decide from there. And then also, what's
I think
concerning me is
56K
this,
is an important level too.
because here's what's concerning me on the RCI. This is telling me that we have a retrace, which is actually happening this week, right here. But this is coming down, which is my concern. I don't like this. It feels like this is a setup for some reason. Like I don't. That's what I'm concerned about. So it is telling us to buy this week on the RCI, and you see it's moving high.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do manage to get up here, my concern is how we're going to perform right here, based off what the RCI is saying, because it's saying that this market is sellers are really they have the control on the weekly time frame. That's what's concerning me. But other than that, the market's definitely moving up. And then looking at Bitcoin, let me go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. We have hit a support level on Bitcoin, and we're breaking this kijun here. We did have a golden cross right here, which is a good sign. And then also RCI is saying the same thing here on Bitcoin, like the market's setting up for sellers, but the RCI has not given us a buy signal on the weekly. So it's gonna be interesting couple of weeks. Honestly, probably I'll say the market will give us its true signs in like maybe 2 weeks, if anything, or maybe 2 weeks tops. So about 2 weeks tops, about right here is where
Overall,
I'm.
are you still bearish on the market? Because I know last week you're pretty much bearish. I mean, even though we're getting this pump, this is nothing like as far as
For the
we're
market.
still we're still in a local range. In other words, like until we get above 52K Bitcoin, I don't think that there's anything too crazy bullish to write home about. I wouldn't write my mom a letter telling her, hey, Bitcoin's back in the bull market. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so I have mixed feelings about it because, trading is always based on the data that you're giving at the time. So data changes because this is a 24/7 market. So it's not like Forex or like the stock market that closes.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto does not close. So anything could happen in crypto, man. So with this, I'm seeing so many different ways this could play out because look right even here. I see a potential head and shoulder as well,
Mm. Hmm.
and it could actually come up, and that will take us to what was that? If it comes up to the Tinkinson, that will take us to 56, 55K, which will bring us here.
Hmm.
So yeah, about right there. Yeah, about right there. That'll be 55K 478.
And what
Can
would
it push higher? Yeah, of course. But I think if it does push that high, it'll make this head and shoulder, and then price will definitely need to make a break at that level. Otherwise, it's gonna turn into a head and shoulder. And if it breaks the kumo on the weekly time frame, oh man, this is gonna all be all hell breaks loose. Because I always said if it does not hold here, and this is my theory, and I said this a few times on Twitter. People will be hating me on Twitter, but it's all good. But I said even without Ichimoku, you could see that this is a double top here, or potential M pattern, which will take us down to the 11K level, which I'm pretty scared about if that happens. And I don't think it'll come down that far, but if it does, that'll be insane. But right here, back to its old all-time high, the first all-time high of Bitcoin is where I would look at if price was to drop and break this neckline and come lower. So this is just trading without Ichimoku, but Ichimoku is giving me this thought. If we do break this cloud, it's not going to be pretty. It is not. So we'll see. I'm very curious how this market's going to play out in the next 2 weeks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything's going to really happen during like the Christmas break. I don't think we're gonna have like a big move. I do. This is just my opinion because I think people are really, taking money to get ready for the new year, and get ready to go on vacation. A lot of crypto millionaires came out this year, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how, this all plays out. And this is just my thoughts of collecting information and just really diving into the market. This is something I still need to pray about as well because I remember when I prayed about XRP and I said, "Should I pull out my money, Lord?" And He said, "Yes." And I kid you not, 3 weeks later the market crashed, and I said, "Oh wow." I didn't even do any analysis. I was just feeling some type of way about the market, and that was around this point when the market dumped on Bitcoin as well. Let me go back to the daily chart. I got out of the market up here before this crash happened on XRP. And I feel the same way on, oh my goodness. I just saw something, you guys. Hold on a sec. So, y'all gotta learn this in the course as well. This is something I call the S wave or the Z wave. Oops, let me fix that. Boom. So this is usually a continuation pattern to whatever direction. So, like I said, this market to make its decision now. It's gonna make its decision today on what it's gonna do right in here. Because what's gonna happen if this is a true S wave, we're gonna probably come back down and probably retest here or come back lower for a little bit. I don't know the distance, but it could be here, it could be here, it could be further down. And then the other scenario is we break up and shatter this S wave here, which will break market structure and then we'll get bullish again. So it's gonna be a waiting game right now. So for XRP and Bitcoin, what's your thoughts, man?
On a macro term time frame, or
Yeah,
well, you know, for me, here, let me share my screen with you real quick.
yeah. Let me take mine off for a second. Go ahead.
All right, share. Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, I see it.
You see my chart?
Yeah, I see your chart. Let me go ahead and double click it. There we go.
Yeah. So right now, like on more of a shorter term time frame, let me close this off. So if we don't reject from like right here, literally right here,
Right.
then I think our next area of resistance is going to be this fib golden pocket right here around 52, 53, and then really my main place to come above is going to be this right here. We got about 56 to $57,000 because this is actually the point of control for the whole year.
Right.
Which means the most volume has been traded right here. So unless we come above 57K, I still kind of maintain bearish just because we could see that, like you say, we're in the downtrend, right? So
Right.
if we don't put in a higher high than right around this 57K area, we could come all the way up here and then reject. But where could we go to? I mean, we have some support around 37 to 39K, and I think if we lose that, the area that I'm really looking at would
Right.
be the golden pocket retracement from the dump back here from 2020.
Ooh.
We've got the golden pocket coming in the 20s, and
Right.
if we lose that, then I would be looking down to probably this 786 area, which is the last place that we have some kind of resistance before we're looking down to 12-ish thousand dollars. So that's kind of
Right.
like my levels, man.
I got you, man. Yeah, so you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing too. That's wild.
Yeah, but I will
That's
say,
wild.
man, what's pretty crazy is like right now, um, this this 382 level right down here where we got our bounce was
Right.
it was so perfect, man, just so perfect. This level right in here where we got our
Hmm.
bounce, I was not expecting this, but if we take a look at some of the higher time frames here, like the 1 hour, the 2 hour, we are potentially getting some bearish divergences forming on this chart. So we could come down from here, especially if, um,
Right.
like on the lower time frames, if we do something like this here, where we come down and do something like that, get the uneven butt cheeks, and we do
Oof.
something like this, I think that could take us down and wreck a lot of people. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
going to be looking out for in the medium short term right now, is the that kind of a come down. But yeah, let me stop sharing my screen now and turn it over back to you.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna be interesting, man. This is gonna be very interesting.
So
Um,
J33 Wiz86 wants to know, should he FOMO in? What do you say?
don't do, don't FOMO. I, my rule: never FOMO. Never FOMO. If you FOMO in, that is a risk that you could, potentially, enjoy if it does go in your favor, but it could also, I'll say this. I'll be simple. Never trade or invest emotionally. Never do it. You know,
Everybody in the chat, this is Overflow Nexus. I'm gonna link his YouTube channel and stuff in the description after this thing goes live, and also a link to his course after this thing goes live. Give him a like over on YouTube, guys. Here, let me pull up his YouTube channel for you right now. Oh wait, my computer's a little bit slow. I'm gonna post his YouTube channel in the chat. He does some good TA. I like his channel.
appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man.
And bro, we have to meet up one day. Like I don't know how soon, but we have to meet up in person and we have to do like a comedy skit or something.
Comedy skit.
Dude, I used to do comedy skits for my channel. They're old though, so they're kind of cringy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to do like trading comedy.
Really? What?
Yeah,
Trading comedy.
like trading gurus or different types of traders. Yeah,
Nice,
so
man.
I did. So I did different types of skits. I said I want to get back into that, but I just feel so weird when I do skits like that because I'm like, man, what am I doing?
Well, it's funny because my channel is it's not really a comedy channel, but
No.
I feel like my entire channel is kind of cringy and memey and
A little cringe is all right.
people want to know, are there any discounts for the Jason Gasper crew? Guys, this guy is selling his course. It's only $175. I think that doesn't even need a discount, guys. I mean, for the amount of information that you're gonna get in the course for that price, I think well worth it. Well worth it. Well worth
And
it.
and I'm also gonna add on to it too, as well in the future. So yeah, it's gonna be where it's at now, but right now I am going to add on to it in the future, just cause I like getting content out. I like giving people information, helping them polish their trading, their investing. Cause man, people really could benefit from trading and investing for real. Like it's crazy how many millionaires were made just this year alone, and people that have no understanding just they just threw money somewhere and boom. And whether that have been like they FOMO'd in and got lucky, well, if you want to say that word, or if it was because of you know they jumped in at the right time and they believed in it. Me personally, I would say pray before you do anything. Proverbs already says that. Proverbs 3 says, "Acknowledge the Lord in all your ways, and He shall direct your path." So, if you could just acknowledge Him before you invest, because this don't ever make decisions out of emotion, out of stress.
Yeah.
Be sober minded. Because you make your best decisions with the Lord, and He knows what's best for you anyway. He's not going to tell you do something that's not going to be fruitful. So, that's just how I see it.
That's how I see
And
it too, man.
mhm.
I mean, definitely, my faith is a huge part of the way I trade and the way I invest. Um, the Lord has been so gracious to me, and He's given me a lot of wisdom in all these things, and it's amazing. In hindsight, I look back at some of the decisions I made, and it's almost as if the Lord had favor when I made stupid decisions. They turned out all right. Not telling people to make stupid decisions. I'm just
Right.
saying, if you could,
Everything works for the good that love the Lord. So if you
yeah,
love the Lord, even if you messed up, He's going to say, "Okay, I'm gonna make this work out for you, but hey, my child, don't mess up again."
yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
I appreciate having you on, bro. I've got to
Mhm.
get running, but everybody, this is Overflow Nexus. Tell people where they could find you. Tell people where they could find your course, man.
All right. Yeah, if you want to find my course, it is on Think If. I think he already sent you the link. I'll have the link on my Discord as well, and it'll also be I'll also have it, posted on. If you want it, you could message me on Twitter. I'll send it to you directly. But it is going to be in my Discord. My Discord is Cloud Life, based off Ichimoku, and you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, and Facebook at Overflow Nexus. So Overflow Nexus, just keep it simple. Overflow Nexus, and that's it. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on today, brother. It was fun and I enjoyed it. And I want to say this one thing because you said one thing that clicked into my mind. I did a Bible study yesterday, or no, the day before, on wisdom, and the Lord was telling me that wisdom is the greatest wealth that you could have, because wisdom will open doors for you to gain wisdom in any situation that you need to have wisdom in, whether that be financially, relationships, business, ministry. Uh, uh, Wisdom is going to open the doors and solve a lot of problems that is going on today. So get godly wisdom. That's all I want to say, and definitely keep the Lord first in all that you do, and be blessed, guys, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Be blessed in Jesus' name. And all right, y'all. Uh, thanks for being on the stream, bro. And
Oh yeah, of course, brother.
everybody, when this stream is over, I'm gonna be putting his info in the